Hi everyone, and welcome to Trees for the Future's first Treeside Chat. I'm Cate, and today I have the pleasure of chatting with Richard Sutcliffe, the founder of Passenger Clothing. Since 2019, Passenger has donated over $600,000 to trees, and through this funded the planting of over 2 million trees. That's an amazing amount of support for our organization and an incredible legacy of sustainability and partnership. So I'm excited today to hear a little bit more about the why behind this support. So Richard, thank you so much for being here with us today. It's great to see you.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm stoked to be here and to get to tell the story.
Great. Well, let's start with that story. Let's start at the beginning. You've been working with trees for more than 6 years now. What first drew you to supporting trees?
Back in 2019, we would have been sort of operational for about 3-4 years probably by then. And I think it was quite clear after the first sort of year that I launched Passenger with my wife that we were building a brand around escapism, and outdoors and nature are a big part of that. So we wanted to try and find a way to give back, because if we were going to build a brand that was focused around escapism, getting outside, being in nature, we should support those areas. And quite quickly, we decided that planting a tree for every order was going to be the right way to go. So we sort of set out, tried to understand how that would work. And I think back then it wasn't really readily available. There wasn't a huge amount of brands doing it. There weren't a huge amount of options. And we came across yourselves. Yeah, we started donating and working with yourselves.
That's fantastic. And obviously, having got to know you a little bit, the outdoors is incredibly important to you. Trees is about planting trees, but also we have this whole forest garden approach, which has this more holistic part to it. Do you have sort of like thoughts on that you've taken it beyond trees into people's lives as well?
Oh, 100%. Obviously, I was very lucky and fortunate to go to Uganda to see one of the projects with yourselves that we were working on. Pre-going there, it was very much a focus around carbon and protecting the planet, and a Western mindset, I would say. But by going there, very quickly realised how much bigger it was and how much more important it was. We were in a luxury position where we could be focusing on the environment. Those sort of people have to look after themselves. They don't have that luxury. So by supporting them and creating a way of life for them that can not only help their lifestyles, help put food on the table, and they're getting the education, the tools and the services, it becomes the byproduct of doing these sort of things. So not only are you looking after people, you're actually investing in the planet, and it should stand the test of time. And I actually believed it will, I still believe today, it will be sort of a mind shift and a cultural shift, because they're given the tools, the knowledge, and that's being passed on. I was very humbled to think that something that started in my loft many years ago could have had such an impact, and I got to meet the people directly. And so I'll always take that, and I'll always hold that close to my heart.
Let's talk a little bit more about the business as well, and how this aligns with your business goals and your brand values. 2 million trees planted is a massive impact. So what difference has that made for the business itself?
It's made a huge difference, and I think what's really good is it allows us to create a community and so show some tangible value. You can clearly see the impact, and it's not faceless, but from a cultural perspective and the type of people that we attract, we are doing what we say. We're not just preaching, we're actually responsible, and we hold ourselves accountable. We're doing things in the right way. Our community can see and understand that. Our staff can see and understand that, and together we can create something that everybody's passionate about. And we always hear many times that, like, oh, I love that you plant a tree. You need to have tangible content to be able to explain what happens. We've learned and understood that, because the community does want to know, but they also want to be able to validate that they trust and know what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're hearing a lot. There was some great research that was done by Deloitte a while ago that sort of said young people these days want to work for businesses that are bringing that kind of ethical and that moral kind of compass in the values that they see. And we're seeing it in customers as well. You already mentioned what I think was quite a life-changing trip for you to Uganda last year. I'm just wondering if there's a particular story from that time that meant something to you or sort of stayed with you.
There are far too many stories to be able to tell you them all. The first, I think one of the big things for me was the welcome that we had. So we turned up and we were sort of greeted in every area or village that we went to by singing and dancing, and that was a sign of respect and how grateful they were. So it was amazing to see. It just blew my mind. But then to understand that why they're doing it and what they're doing, it's like, it was very humbling to think that something that I had a part of that started in my loft had such an impact, and I was actually touching people's lives. That it was a very proud moment for me personally. But what I think one of the funniest moments, and one that we all love and it's on camera, is we were walking through the market gardens and there was a chili tree there, and my team decided to peer pressure me into eating a chili off the tree. But then all of the locals also started jumping in, so there's like 50 people all sort of cheering me on, egging me on, and so peer pressure is real. So I did it.
Yeah,
I ate it.
Doesn't matter where you are, right?
I was quite scared and nervous, but I did it, and it was very spicy, and we can hear as me going, water.
I know that in 2024 you reached 1 million trees planted. I hear that there's a potential of maybe reaching 3 million by the end of this year. It seems as though your goals are increasing and potentially, maybe getting to 5 million, 10 million, who knows where this will go. We obviously are always hoping that more businesses will come and support trees. We think we do incredible work and we have the data to prove that. Why, in your opinion, should other businesses get involved? What would you say to those businesses as a reason to support trees?
It's a really good question, and I think there are various levels to it, or various hats. So if I put my consumer hat on, it's great to have something tangible and responsible to talk to your customer and drive a community, bring people together for a common purpose. But then if you put your personal hat on, it's just something. So we're in a position that we can do these types of things. And I think if you're going to be in business, you need to be sort of trying to do what you can, and trying to sort of limit the impact that you have. So for me, it's a bit of a prerequisite. I don't think I could ever have a business that isn't able to offer something back. Planting trees that are physically you can see that have a tangible impact, but also seeing the impact it's having on other people's lives and why it's more than just trees. That for me is very special, and I think it's just something that I would recommend to everybody that can, for those various reasons.
That's brilliant, thank you. And I love how you thought about that from the commercial side, from the individual side, and then also just from the human side, because ultimately I think that's what it's all about, right? How do we as human beings support our planet but also support each other? So Richard, thank you so much for this. Thank you for sharing your journey. Thank you again for everything that Passenger Clothing is doing to support trees. It really has made a tangible difference for landscapes and lives across sub-Saharan Africa. And for everyone else watching, if you would like to take Richard's advice and look to make a lasting impact through environmental and community-focused work, we would love to talk to you and partner with you in this journey. So thanks again for joining us, and look forward to you joining our next Treeside Chat soon. Thanks very much. Bye.
Thank you very much. Take care. Bye-bye.